I want to sit down for a cup of coffee with this algorithm.
Algorithm seems like a complete.
I need to see his bias. He's starting to seem like a bit of a jabron himself.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this Tapology rankings because, as I've told you, I think Tapology are the best in the business, and now they're getting into the rankings business. Now, they've had like fan rankings as well, but this is one step further. They came out with this press release yesterday. Tapology, the most used combat sports website in the world, is proud to announce the release of its brand new Tapology UFC rankings, a proprietary algorithm-based system for providing rankings for every fighter on the UFC roster. The rankings are available immediately at tapology.com. The new system uses no human polling whatsoever. Instead, it analyzes the results of every bout in modern UFC history and evaluates the quality of each fighter's resume based on a custom-built scoring algorithm that was years in the making. With UFC fighters sometimes competing only once or twice a year, it was necessary to design a custom architecture that differs from rating systems such as ELO-based models. What's ELO-based? I don't know. And by removing the influence of individual opinions, the algorithm avoids the biases and knowledge gaps that can affect traditional media-voted rankings. Also of note, Tapology UFC rankings are not limited to just top 10 or top 15 in each weight class. Every fighter currently on the UFC roster is included, from champions and title contenders to newcomers with just one appearance. While a preview of the top athletes in each division is visible to all visitors, full rankings access is available to users who register for free for a Tapology account. And so they've put this out. If you go on the website right here and now, and you go to rankings at the very top, they have them. They have the top 5 or top 6, top 7, top 8. You can kind of see 8, and then you have to just sign up to see the rest. But I wonder if this is a preview of what's to come. Now, one thing that, what's ELO system here? ELO is a system for calculating the relative skill levels of players in zero-sum games like chess. It's a dynamic rating system that adjusts a player's score after each game based on the outcome and the difference in ratings between the players. All right.
It's more straightforward, simple, mathematical. It works very well in systems like chess.
Well, let's take a look. Here's their heavyweight top 5. And by the way, one thing that I love right off the bat, the champion is number 1. As I've often said, the champion should be number 1. He's the best. It should be champion then number 1. Yes. Tom Sergey Pavlovich.
Wait, is that to imply that you think every champion is the best fighter in every weight class?
Interesting. So then, okay, that's even.
But by the way, disagree.
But by the way, no. Because what I'm saying. Okay. It's a great point, by the way. But then include the champion in the ranking.
Yes, champion should be.
I don't like how the UFC ranking is champion and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the champion is included, let's just say
they could be third.
More often than not, they're number 1. But if they're not, then let's see them third.
Love it.
So even more reason.
We're on the same page.
Yeah. But that's a good point. Okay, so Tom 1, Pavlovich 2, Volkov 3, Cyril Gane 4, Almeida 5. 6 is Blades. No problems there.
No real gripes from me.
Pavlovich 2 spots up on Cyril Gane, who's getting the title shot.
Again, not a gripe for me.
Yeah.
One win in 3 fights.
Waldo Cortez Acosta 7.
He's coming.
Very close 8.
He's coming.
Okay. What about light heavyweight? Magomed 1, Pereira 2, Yuri 3, Jamal 4, Ulberg 5. Roundtree 6.
Those all make sense to me as well.
Yeah.
No issues with that top 6.
I feel like Khalil should be above Jamal Hill, no?
Same here.
Beat him.
Just beat him.
Yeah.
Jamal Hill has also lost his last 3
2 slots down. I would make a strong case that it should be Magomed, Pereira, Yuri, Roundtree, Ulberg, Hill.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, Roundtree, Hill, Ulberg. Right? But yes. Okay, so that's the first, shall we say, infraction?
To me, I don't think it's that big an infraction.
I think it's pretty big. I mean, he just beat the guy.
Yeah, but head-to-head win can't be the only thing. Again, this doesn't exist in a vacuum.
I mean, Jamal Hill's also on a 3-fight losing streak.
Against the best of the best.
Against the higher level of competition, though. 2 fights ago,
you've got to take the guy's spot if you're that close.
Where's Dominic Reyes and his 3-fight win streak, huh? Where is he?
Smith.
Top 5.
Dominic Reyes is 8th.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. What about middleweight? DDP, Imavov, Shamaev, Strickland, Izzy, Kyle.
Yes.
Rick's.
No,
Rick,
I don't
would you
have
have
a problem.
Shimoyev number one there?
This feels like it's almost
No,
this feels like
because
it
Well, this-
mirrors
this
the
UFC rankings.
activity.
Yeah,
the
this could be
activity's too
this could be
low.
the one where you could say, "Oh, I think Shabayev is better," but
I
the
thought that
resume-
was for sure what Rick was talking about. Honestly,
No, I don't have much of a problem with this one either.
By the way, do you know what the 2 implies?
What do you mean?
The
Number
2.
of defenses. Sorry, I was just sitting here.
Oh, in the yes. Got
He's the first one that has one of those under his flag.
Hey,
By the way,
Palms
shut
was
up.
blank, like empty, like he has a.
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I dig it. I could see some people saying Imavov too high. Imavov,
yeah. Have Shimoyev in before him,
exactly.
maybe.
But I mean,
Yeah.
sort of nitpicky. Okay, welterweight. JDM, Bilal, Leon, Usman, Buckley. Don't hate that, but
Where's Shavkat though?
Where's Shavkat? Yo, where is Shavkat?
7th.
Where's Ian Gary?
Shavkat is 7th.
Well, if Shavkat's low, you have to expect that Gary's also low, right?
Ian Gary is
Well, not
10th.
if 205 has anything to say about it, Rick.
Ian Gary is 10th. Behind Carlos Praches.
A joke.
Wow.
A fucking joke. I'm only joking.
Wait, behind Carlos Praches?
Yes, Carlos Praches is 9th on this ranking.
Ah, come on, lads.
I think we
anti-Irish
do have to
propaganda here. This
understand,
is-
just based on what I'm seeing here already, like head-to-head win is not the be-all, end-all. It does not mean you automatically are better, which I think is an argument
Okay,
to be
but
made.
even in this case, you talked about the level of competition for Jamal Hill. Like Ian Gary's losses to Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's been
who's only
fighting
number 7.
he's fighting the tougher competition than Carlos Praches, and he has a head-to-head win over him.
He lost to that number 7.
I
God,
can't
number
believe how
seven's
much you're
pretty
defending
crazy.
these Tapology's computer rankings.
I'm understanding of it.
By the way,
I get it.
Shavkat
Kobe
is what?
Covington is 8th.
7th.
And what's Gary?
10th.
Gary is 10th.
Yeah.
This one's all over the gaff, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, first one I'm saying it.
Welterweight-
This one's fucked.
welterweight is
Sean
a
Brady
mess.
at 6 and Shavkat
Colby
at 7
Covington
is
is
crazy.
8th.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Come on, lads.
I don't think Leon and
I think it's because of
Usman should be
Colby's
3 and 4.
previous wins.
What,
yeah.
2020 or whatever?
What, Jorge
It is a while
Masvidal in
ago.
2022?
That's what I think a lot of this is. Like, if I'm looking...
Do you think? Okay, have we found some sort of issue here, Pete? Okay, let's look at lightweight.
I do not love these welterweight rankings.
Okay, welterweight is
Welterweight's
the biggest
most
mess.
most offensive.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
at
most
the moment, yeah.
egregious so far.
Light heavyweight, there was a small. I definitely think
Nah.
Roundtree should be above. I think he just beat the guy, and they're
Yeah,
that close.
head-to-head is not the be-all,
If it's like,
But it has to mean
if it's like
something.
if it's like Dustin beating BSD 2 versus 11, I don't think BSD becomes 2. But if it's 2 guys that close, you have to be above that guy.
But he would in the UFC rankings. He would
In
become
the
number
UFC,
2.
he'd be ahead, 100%.
But that's because it's some Jamoke
that's an
who
interesting thing you
works
just
for
said there.
KXON in
This
San Diego.
computer's starting to sound a little bit like
Okay,
That's an interesting thing you said, right? Like, do you want to do at the top of the division first? Because I have something to just say about what you just said there.
with lightweight.
Yes.
Okay, here's lightweight. Ilya 1, Islam
Mm-hmm.
2, Armin 3, Max 4, Charles 5. Now this, I could see this being very
I
controversial.
have a major issue with this one. This is the first one I have the biggest.
My
There we
biggest
go.
issue is that we can see lightweight and featherweight right now, and you still have Max Holloway at featherweight. You still have Ilya
Ilya.
at featherweight. You
How
still have
could Ilya
Islam
be
Forget
at
having
featherweight.
Ilya there. How is Islam not number one
Yeah,
if Ilya has one win in the
That's
division?
tough.
That makes
Okay,
no
this is
fucking
tough.
sense.
Fuck.
But like,
Fair
in my
play.
opinion,
Fair
wipe them
play.
out. They've left the division for now.
Tapology, I love you, but this is a big problem right here. If Islam is going to be included in 155, he has to be one. If he's
Has
not
to be one.
included, then I'm totally okay with it. Everyone gets bumped up. Ilya, Armin, Max, Charles. Then it's perfect, right?
Well, I think what we're finding out right now is Rick's take on like the champion is not always the best fighter in the division. It feels like this computer or Tapology or someone
right, yeah.
is just slating the champion and is number one no matter what.
Mm.
You said earlier, Ariel,
Yes, yes.
that you like say if someone fought 2, fought 11, like you don't
Yeah.
automatically think 11 becomes 2. I'm just looking, and I've gone pretty deep here. 32, Rubeski, who fought Chris Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan moves up 9 places. He's in 41st place, and Rubeski is in 32nd. How do we feel about that?
I mean, at that point, once you're getting into the 40s and 30s, it's kind of tough, no?
Well, it's important. Well, the whole reason they said, like, I read the
Yeah.
interview they did with Ben Folks. The
yeah.
whole reason they're doing this is to give fighters value.
I get it.
Chris
Which I
Duncan's moving up 9 spots from 50 to 41, and the guy he beat, I thought every round, is at 32. What are we doing here?
I think it's going to be a shock to the system, but I understand it. head-to-head win does not mean you move ahead of that person. Let's say he beat somebody else, PT. Maybe he only moves up 5 spots, right? There is a logic to the idea that, like, yes, he's not going to pass him. Maybe with another win, maybe with a win over somebody who's even higher ranked, and all of a sudden he climbs past him very quickly. But I understand, like, head-to-head win does not mean you automatically move in front of the other person.
I think maybe the most disrespectful part of 155 is if you scroll down to like the 13 to 15 range.
What do we got?
You see
I see it now.
You see Dustin the Diamond Poirier. No number next to his name. It's a person with a cane.
incredible.
And it says retired from MMA.
That is
The cane is
Okay, I am looking at some FAQs on Tapology's website. It does say in regards to retirement, because there are a lot of instances of retiring and unretiring, aside from the disrespectful logo that they might have used there.
Nah, I like the logo.
The fighter will remain displayed for 60 days in the position where they would have been ranked if they were still eligible, and then after 60 days of retirement, they will be removed. Similar with the different weight classes, so it takes into effect their two most recent UFC fights. So Islam's most recent fights were not at welterweight, so he's going to remain at lightweight until he has 2 fights in another division. So
he's not just
only had
remaining at
one
lightweight.
fight at lightweight. He is now in both. Same with
Right.
Max.
He's now the
Okay.
greatest lightweight in
By the
the
way,
world.
does Jones have the same little logo next to his name?
He does. He does.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about featherweight for a second here. I just want to go through them all quickly. Alex Volkanovski 1, Topuria 2. So I think what we're seeing is the champion is being slotted because
Champion's just number 1.
right,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is a
Fair
problem.
enough.
It's a problem. How
It
is
is a
Topuria 2 over?
It couldn't be.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep him in there, he has a win over Volk.
Now
How is
Max.
Evloev?
By the way,
behind
in the featherweight rankings, 2 out of the top 3 guys aren't featherweights anymore.
Correct,
Jesus.
which I also have an issue with.
Yes.
How is Movsar behind
Yeah.
Yair?
Yair. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, featherweight a bit of a problem. Look, we can't just shower Tapology with love. All right, we've been giving them a lot of
Also-
love, but we've got to work through.
I
them.
love Tapology, by the way. I use it
Yeah.
every day. Absolutely love it.
D1 Glazer, bro.
Are these comprehensive? Is this every organization or
No,
only
this is
No,
just
it's just
UFC.
UFC.
Yeah.
I did ask my friend Gregory over at Tapology about that. He said we can offline about this, but
But they already had them, no? They already had the.
now it was more
world
like
rankings.
fan. It was fan rank. I don't know.
Oh,
Who
were
knows?
they?
Okay, bantamweight.
Yo,
Marab.
wait, and at featherweight, the computer loves Melky Costa, number 12, and Pat Sabatini, number 14.
Shout out.
Wow.
Damn.
Computer loves.
Okay, here's bantamweight.
I mean, this
Marab
could be
1,
good for
O'Malley
betting, by the way.
2, Umar 3, Corey 4, Song Yadong 5, Henry Cejudo 6. Any issues with that? I don't hate that.
Is Cejudo still active?
No Peter Yan, huh?
Kirian coming in at 7th. I feel like he should be above.
Jesus.
Well, do
Triple
consider
C.
though the last win is Marcus McGee, who's probably ranked
Right.
quite a bit lower. Like,
Yadong Song, who he
But
beat,
before,
is ahead of him.
but before that was Figgy and Yadong Song.
And he's
Okay.
beat San,
Flyweight,
And he has fought
Pantoja
the
1,
Best of the best.
Brandon Royval 2, Moreno 3, Josh Fan 4, Urseg 5, Tyra 6. Now, I did see on the Tapology X account last night that they were talking about this Josh Fan ranking. I think a lot of people were upset about it. Apparently, let me read it real quickly here. Okay, here it is. Here's some context for Joshua Van's ranking of number 4 compared to Brandon Royval at number 2, since many people are finding this confusing or maddening. Joshua Van, fantastic fight against Royval. It breaks him into the top 5. Will he do the same against other contenders at flyweight? Our system has seen many fighters over the years have a fantastic breakout fight only to struggle once other elite fighters develop a game plan for shutting the person down, but there are other fighters who follow up a breakout fight by winning the title next. Which one is Van? The Tapology algorithm stacks up what it has seen from Van against every other fighter in the division, and here it is basically saying it does not see him having as proven, doesn't see him as having proven it as completely as Royval has. Styles make fights. Was this just a bad night for Royval, who was champion and has competed against basically every top guy at 125? Royval was never champion.
That's correct.
Or is Royval
Algorithms are casual. The algorithms are casual.
or is Royval about to go on a slide? Our system, of course, doesn't know, but in summary, it scores Royval's recent overall resume as being stronger.
This
Big
is why
hypotheticals,
those.
this guy.
Well, this justifies, right? This explains the head-to-head win does not mean you move in ahead of them automatically, right? If you've been facing higher level competition,
Yeah.
you might keep your spot even though Van has the head-to-head win. Now, if Van wins against a top contender or obviously the champion in Pantoja, who is the number one, certainly you expect that he would have a massive jump. He'd definitely jump ahead of Royval. Probably, I don't know the algorithm itself, but I'd imagine he'd jump to number one since he's only coming from 4.
I
But
hate that word so much.
you need to.
I'm tired of algorithm. Everyone's just talking
Jumping?
about algorithm.
It's proprietary. They invented it. So
No, I
I
know.
will say the
Gotta respect
FAQ is pretty lengthy, so I'm trying to parse through it. But they do have a section on if fighter A beat fighter B, why did they not move ahead? And it just is like there's no rule. They earn points based on their last 6 fights, and if that total is higher than the fighter than they beat, then they'll move above them.
Okay, so it's only based on the last 6 fights. That's what they show. They only show the results from the last 6. Interesting.
Like Eric said, it's
I have a
proprietary, so
problem with Van being below Royval. I'm just
I have a
gonna say
problem
Yeah,
with Jan
it's so
being
close.
below.
the Jan
Johnny
one is
Dong.
pretty rough.
I've got a lot of problems.
it.
if I'm gonna be
Let's
honest.
just finish this.
Where's McGee a little-
Women's bantamweight, no women's featherweight. Big issue with that. Just kidding. Harrison, Pena, Pennington, Vieira, Dumont, Chasson.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
That's fine.
One of the easier ones.
Flyweight, Shevchenko, Blanchfield, Fiorot. Fiorot should be above Blanchfield.
No.
What? She beat her.
Why is I think we're getting too bogged
Okay.
down in the
Grasso.
beat her
We are.
part.
We may be doing.
Wait. Grasso Silva.
Yeah.
That's a problem too.
No,
She beat her.
it's not a problem. Okay.
Jasmine.
How could it not be a problem if it's based on the last 6 fights? It's
There literally
is
is-
6-0.
Yes. Okay, if this was college football and Texas A&M was 5 and
Because
Georgia
it's
Tech
not
was
a
6
binary
and Georgia
system.
Tech
It's not a
beat
binary
Texas-
system.
But
Go
also,
back
like
to the BCS, man.
this argument, like Manon's only loss is to Valentina Shevchenko, and if you want to play that game with Alexa Grasso, like why is she ahead of Natalia Silva here?
Because she has fought higher level competition in those last 6 fights.
I have a problem with
It turns out that any fucking rankings will have lads arguing.
Well, this
among
is the
themselves.
question.
Well, this is actually.
No, not me.
Can
I'm
I just
ready
be
to not
honest?
argue.
I think the fakakta UFC rankings don't make mistakes like this. No.
So this is the question. This whole exercise, we'll get to the last to strawweight. This whole exercise though raises the important question, which is it better to have humans with biases and opinions vote, or is it better to have a mathematical system where every time somebody looks at this and goes, "Well, that person beat that person. Oh my god, I can't believe this shit."
I want to sit
Is
down.
that
I want
better,
to sit down
or-
for a cup of coffee with this algorithm. I need.
Algorithm seems like a complete.
I
Connor's
dickhead.
need
gonna
to
straighten
see
it
his
out.
bias. He's starting to seem like a bit of a jabron himself.
Yeah. Wasn't Mark Zuckerberg supposed to fix this whole thing?
I think
Oh,
he
man.
was
That's
to
the
fight
UFC's
Elon.
rankings.
No.
And that'll
I
be
mean-
an algorithm too. And then we'll be complaining when one person doesn't pass one other person.
Yeah.
Could you
Good
imagine how
news is the
annoying this
ranking-
algorithm is?
The rankings
You know, like-
mean nothing.
I feel like
Going
PT
Joshua
and Connor
Van,
want to take
Royval.
the algorithm in a back room somewhere and
Okay,
straighten
let's
it
just
out.
finish
Could
this
you
out.
imagine? Could you imagine if that was a real conversation you're having with this? If this was a person and you were like, "Oh, why do you have Van below Royval?" And he's like, "Well, hypothetically, I was thinking about it, and that's one fight that he's had. I think his potential hasn't actually shown me that
it would
he can
actually be
mitigate
interesting.
such assaults from higher level fighters in the future." Like, come on, mate. We
Tapology
saw the
should
fight.
hire Pizzi to be the voice of the
It
algorithm.
was sort
and
of
just
like
explain it
Robert
to
De
people.
Niro-esque there with the
It was
facial
great.
expressions.
What did the computer see in the Blanchfield Fiorot fight?
No, but
to
It was
rank her
6.
ahead?
There's 5 other fights. There's 5 other fights. It's not just the one fight.
Imagine they had some
Is
sort of
Rick
like
the algorithm?
chat GPT
Am I the
function,
algorithm?
and you can ask why is, and then it would give you that breakdown. That would actually be brilliant. Can they work on that? That would be brilliant. Hey, why is Brandon Royval ranked above Joshua Van by 2 slots if he just beat him a month ago?
It would
well,
re-
according to
It would require a little bit of revealing the algorithm, and I don't know if maybe that's their long-term plan. But in order to know the points, they would have to tell you exactly how it's calculated, and I don't know if they're prepared to do that because then it's not proprietary.
okay, one more strawweight: Zhang Weili, Yan Xiaonan, Virna, Carlos Esparza, Tatiana Suarez. Now Esparza's been
Yeah.
retired for a minute.
I don't think
Does she have the little thing next?
crazy how quickly they updated the Dustin
Yeah.
Poirier, but as far as
They
Yeah.
went around the old
Wait,
graphic out
does
there.
Esparza
didn't
not
they?
have it if you click on her?
The
No,
little
she's not.
retirement guy.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's insane. Do you remember flyweight back in the day when they were going to scrap it, and Neil Seary, after being retired
Oh,
for
yeah,
2
yeah.
years, popped up at number 13?
Yeah. That was great.
By the way, that
Fucking
made me
great.
think like 60 days doesn't feel like the right number. Like People come out of retirement like 6 months later. You know, it's not like
Sure.
60 days doesn't really do anything. You might as well just retire.
Or if you're John Jones, 7 days later.
But is he back?
Lob off 5 years later or whatever.
Really back? Chris Curtis, same night.
All right, so overall, what are we giving this? And by the way, I do want to let you know over at uncrowned.com, our very own Ben Folks has a whole story on this new ranking system.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yes, I know.
The-
And
the
I mentioned it at the top of the show, too. Tapology's new system ranks every single UFC fighter, which may be welcome news for some, but not for others.
We're the
There you
others.
have it. And he spoke to the aforementioned Gregory Sachs. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say his last name, but he is the founder of Tapology. Great guy.
Legend.
Met him.
Never met him.
And this is a great story that it explains a lot of the thinking behind what they've done and addresses the potential criticism that is to come. But I think it will kind of sort itself out.
I do too. I think this is good. Like, it's an innovation within the sport, and we should be all behind this. We will shit on it, obviously, as I just have. But fair play, lads.
Tapology's
But
incredible.
God forbid they have
It's amazing.
It's brilliant.
Chris Duncan behind somebody that he beat. Then
But like
Yeah.
they don't.
hell to
Well,
pay.
fucking.
I mean, like 9 spots behind a guy that like,
Thank you,
just, like,
thank you,
bludgeoned
GC,
him
thank
in
you.
there.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about his
it's
last
the
6
most
fights, though?
sensible thing.
The most
He's 5-1, and the other guy's 4-2 in the fucking UFC. All right.
Higher level competition. Then.
Oh, higher level of competition.
the most
Name
egregious,
Rebecca's last 6 fights.
Rubeski, I believe it's pronounced, based on the broadcast.
Tapology is incredible, but like we don't even use the UFC rankings, so like the Tapology rankings obviously are never going to get used.
The only one that I really
Thanks
care
for all the
about.
hard work, guys. Never
The
gonna.
only one that I really care about are the uncrowned pound for pound
Shout out.
rankings. Speaking of all of this Meshugas, not really speaking of it. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.